Mountaineers moseyed on down to Houston to face their former coach, Dana Holgerson, and the Cougars of Houston. It was a battle of two teams that have never played each other before, but after this one, it felt like they had been conference rivals for decades. A back-and-forth battle for the ages began when West Virginia kicked the field goal, but then the Cougs took to and kickoff back for a touchdown. The Mountaineers mounted a drive right back down the field to take a 10-7 lead. A timely touchdown from Houston had them headed into halftime with a 14-10 advantage. In the second half, the Mountaineers mustered up a magnificent drive to take the lead back 17-14. Then the Cougs capitalized on an ill-timed interception to take the lead back 21-17. Then the teams traded touchdowns like they were heaving ham-fisted haymakers in a back alley brawl. The Cougs defense walloped West Virginia on the next possession, forcing a 3-and-out. Then the Cougs capitalized to take an 11-point edge, 35-24. However, the Mountaineers mounted a miraculous comeback and found a touchdown plus a 2-point conversion to cut the Cougs' lead down to 35-32. Then the Mountaineers muscled up and forced a Houston punt to get one last chance. Down to their final play, a 4th and 10 at the 50-yard line with a few ticks on the clock. The Mountaineers connected on a pinpoint precision pass for a terrific touchdown toss to take the lead 39-35 with 12 ticks left on the clock. Coach Holgerson was distraught and could barely hide his disgust at what just transpired. However, there were still 12 ticks left. Could the Cougs conjure up some magic? Due to a Mountaineer cheer, West Virginia had a celebration penalty. The Cougs gathered the kickoff and managed a minute return, but hit a pass to put them 49 yards away for hopes of a Hail Mary. The Houston quarterback heaved all hopes on a prayer-filled pass towards the end zone. The pass was tipped, and it came down in the claws of a Cougs pass catcher in the end zone as the clock ceased to have seconds. The Cougs completed the Hail Mary and captured their first Big 12 win in a game we will remember for centuries to come. Houston 41, West Virginia 39.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sickos Community Podcast. This is our podcast for the evening of October 15th, 2023. We have finished week 7, and this week, I think Commish, she wrote this. The theme of this week was, this game looks like I can go to bed. Then you found out.
It looks safe. I think we can turn this game off, but unfortunately, we were wrong.
Colorado's up 29-0. Everyone else can go to sleep. It's fine. I'm going to stay up for just a little bit longer, just to see if this game does anything.
I'm going to bed. I'm going to leave the stadium because I'm missing a glove. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's Lucy. So I'm sure she's going to get enough grief from the level.
Oh, she's gotten so much grief already. It's been amazing. If you guys don't know, our good friend Lucy Roden with the Levitard Show was at the Colorado game. Managed to lose her glove. She still has not said how she lost the glove. She was on the sideline. And she left because it was cold and gross and it was 29-0. And then the rest of the game happened.
Ralphie ate her glove. We'll just say Ralphie ate her glove.
That makes sense to me.
Okay, we'll just say that. Even the mascot Ralphie. Hello, Podcat.
Hello, Podcat. Podcat believes in never leaving a game early.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
So we will get to all of that. I do want to say that I got to watch just the last little bit of game day this weekend, and it had one of my favorite people on it, Joel McHale from Community, from The Soup. And the minute he shows up and he's shirtless and covered in half gold, half purple paint with glitter, I knew things were great. And then he hopped into the little helmet car and grabbed someone's dog, not Dubs, just someone who had their dog there, and took the dog on set. And the dog was then covered in purple paint. It was great. And Joel McHale brings such amazing energy, and he's 51. Holy shit, he looks good for 51. I have never looked that good. That's amazing. Also, shout out to our loveliest, fattest bear. Grazier won this year's Fat Bear Week. Beat out Holly, unfortunately. Holly was, the fan favorite, but this year was Grazier's year, so there we go.
I'm just happy that we got Fat Bear Week.
I know that was going to be of all the things the government shutdown was going to hurt. I think Fat Bear Week and the fact that the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission just dropped a new album. Have you guys heard this album?
No.
Yeah, you guys need to find this. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission is one of my favorite Twitter follows. They do all sorts of weird stuff. 2 weeks ago, they dropped an album.
Ooh.
And it is fire, including a couple. Oh, let me get the track list real fast. The title is "We're Safety Now, Haven't We?" And the songs are "Protect Your Noggin," "Phone Away," "Si Pone Caliente," which is about smoke alarms, "Going Off Like Fireworks," "Off-Road Adventure," and "Beats to Relax, Be Safe To."
Wow.
Yeah, it's great. It's absolutely great. Also, for fireworks, never launch fireworks off your body. Shoot fireworks at other people. Try to relight a dud firework or drink alcohol and use fireworks. I have definitely done 4 out of 4 on that. But you guys have never shot fireworks at other people?
No.
Commish?
What do you mean, like Roman candle wars?
Yeah, like Roman candles. Yeah. Roman candle wars.
I mean, not like in each other's face, but
No. But like,
okay.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. There's been Roman candle wars, safe distance whatsoever, but nothing like within like close proximity of each other. I mean, we were definitely at least like 20 feet back from each other, maybe more. Yes, podcast.
I think this is going to have to be your new profile picture for literally everything.
Just Podcat.
Yeah, hold up. I'll send this to you because it's really funny.
Oh no.
That needs to be your profile picture for literally everything now.
That's how I feel most of the time. Okay.
Just drop that in the chat.
You can drop that in the chat. That's fine.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, Beth is blocked out. So,
well, folks, as always, I'm Jordan. We have Commish, Pitt Girl, Beth, and Arthur on the 1s and 2s. Commish
And
Podcat. Commish, we'll talk a little more about your weekend in a bit. But how are you doing in general?
Doing pretty good. It was just a kind of windy Sunday, and I tried to open the windows. And that lasted for maybe about an hour or so. And then it was just like, okay, it's like 78 in the house. The wind is not strong enough or it's not cooled enough. So we had to close the windows and put the air conditioner back on. Close. Trying to force it to be fall. But close. We're close. It's going to be 93 on Friday. So, yeah, gross.
It's going to be 40 here tomorrow morning. I'm so excited. Beth, how are you?
I don't understand any of your seasons.
There are no seasons. That's
right.
The thing.
I am well. All is well. I had just an unconscionably long day on Friday and another unconscionably long day today and a wonderful celebratory day yesterday. All is well.
Yay. And Pitt Girl?
I went to the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair today.
Yay.
That was delightful. It is extremely autumnal here, and not only because I was at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair, but I was there in a sweater that I bought in Ireland and did not take it off all day and was cold sometimes wearing the sweater that I bought in Ireland. So enjoy the weather envy.
Did you go to the mud show?
I did go to the mud show. They were fabulous.
The mud
they
show
were
was
so
a good
much fun.
time.
I'm sorry. What is the mud show?
Imagine Hamlet, but not really. And also they shove each other into an extremely squidgy mud pit.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
With comedy.
So
Shakespeare would have liked this.
It was great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's start with talking about Commish's trip. Commish? Really? Yeah, why not? Let's start with that up front. Commish, you got to watch ULM and Texas State play.
I did. Yeah, it was fun. Except for the ending of the game.
One of the least penalized teams in the country, ULM, manages to draw an offensive pass interference to kill the drive. Like, that's just... Ooh.
Yeah. That was... if that was supposed to be a pick play, I don't even know. Whatever it was, just didn't work out. No, but I took my son with me to San Marcos. Shout out to Warhawk Report, along with Suite 11 in the Texas State Stadium. So they they welcomed me and my son, provided some tickets to go up there and just go check out the Texas State ULM game. I'm fully, really, I'm like, okay, we're like 18-point underdogs, 16-point underdogs. I'm like, okay, this is not necessarily going to be a close game. San Marcos packed house, really.
Oh,
Like, I mean,
that thing was rocking every time I saw
it was. I mean, I've been there multiple times before. I've been there. I think there was like one of the worst games I've ever like witnessed in person. It was like a 13-3 ULM Texas State on a Thursday night. There was like nobody there in that stadium. So like to see it like almost kind of filled to the brim. It was, I mean, the student section was packed, which we'll get to that in a little bit. But it was a great experience. We're in like a suite. Suite 11, they got like memorabilia there. They have a signed ball from Dennis Francione.
Ooh.
Yeah, they got like some Texas State Bobcat helmets. Like the fridge was amazing that they had there with like, some like just like sodas and stuff in there. But on the fridge, it was just a great fridge. Just an amazing set of items on it, and I had to get a picture of it, and I'll throw that in the chat. But
it was when you showed us that, I was just laughing.
So there's a stuffed bobcat on top of the fridge.
It was great.
Then there's like one of those painted rock like Texas State Bobcat things on top. There were some like they were playing like some 80s jams like during the halftime or like
Nice.
quarter breaks and stuff like that. Then there's a picture of the Kathy Ireland, Scott Bakula, Texas State Armadillos from the movie, Necessary Roughness, along with them being in there. They also had a Joe Boo from the movie Major League.
Yes.
I don't know if you know Joe Boo, whoever
you know Joe Boo
is. If you know who Joe Boo is or not, Pitt Girl probably not aware.
This is not a reference that I understand.
Yeah, you need to watch Major League.
There is Joe Boo. I took a picture of Joe Boo. Joe Boo is, Pedro Serrano was a character in the movie. And there's a little cup of rum in front of Joe Boo, and it's supposed to be good luck. So there was a cup of rum, and I put that in the chat. There is Joe Boo there. You can see that in the chat. It was a great time. I'm like surrounded by Texas State fans like I would be at any other time. Kind of got my hopes up when ULM got a pick six, and they were up 20-9. And I was like, okay, maybe. But there was still a lot of time left. Texas State kind of like went on a really like run heavy drive with the clock just melting down for no reason really, because they couldn't really pass the ball at all. I don't know. But then, they got a touchdown, made it 20-15. They missed the 2. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this is setting up for a 1-point loss here. Here we go. Then they hit a touchdown, which, the coverage kind of got crossed up there. There was like 3 wide receivers in the area and like one didn't pass off correctly. And then they wound up getting the touchdown. Then from there, they drove down the field and they got to Texas State's 40. And I'm like, okay, maybe we got a shot to do what App State did to us, do that to them.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do this. Maybe I can get some closure from that heartbreaking App State loss. And then we complete a pass and I'm like, keep running inside. And then he turns around and I'm like, oh no, did they call him for a hold? Because I'm like, oh, it's 10 yards. That's I'm like, whatever, 10 yards, fine. But then they called the OPI, and I'm like, it's even further back. It's a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that was.
And I'm like, maybe we could have overcome the 10, but the 15, it was just too much. And then they wound up losing it by a point. It didn't really like sting as much as the App State loss did. Being in person, being with my son, which was fun. He was, he's not one to be used to losing things. Like he hates like losing, if it's whatever game it is, like he can't lose a game. It's just like it's part of life. You're gonna lose. It's gonna happen. You gotta learn. And then after the game, he was in a great mood, and I'm like, okay. And he was like, man, it was really close. It was so close. And I was like, all right, that's it. That's what the lesson I want you to take out of this. So it was close. I mean, it wasn't great that we lost. Like the Texas State fans were just like, there's no way we should have won that game. They were like apologizing to us for winning the game. So shout out Sweet 11.
I mean, they've been down so long that I think they're still reflexively. I had forgotten, by the way, how this game ended a year ago. Last year it was a 1-point ULM win, 31-30.
Yes.
So we have just had a beautiful mirroring of this.
Yes. So I mean, I mean, ULM, their season. I mean, you really, if you flip these 2 1-point losses, I mean, you're what? You're 4-2.
Yeah.
And you're 2 wins away from a bowl game. But the margins as a ULM fan, they're so incredibly fine. There was a weird thing that happened during the game after the pick 6 for ULM.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to talk about it for a little bit. But ULM celebrating on the sideline, they're going crazy. Right behind the ULM sideline is the student section.
Yeah.
The student section who stole the trident from, Nevada and everything like that. So the student section starts throwing stuff at the ULM players.
Oh.
And so they start throwing stuff, just like throwing like cups and whatever and everything like that. You would figure security would come. Yeah, security did not come. And so this went on for like 3 or 4 minutes of them just throwing stuff. And then a ULM, the star wide receiver for ULM, threw something back, and then somebody got hit. And so he got ejected and escorted off the field by
what the fuck?
That finally arrived. And then it took them like 3 minutes to even make an announcement, stop throwing stuff on the field. So after that, the kind of the momentum of the game shifted when like ULM's like best wide receiving threat gets taken off. Warhawk Report, shout out to Dusty. He got some information after the game. ULM's AD was like incensed.
I can imagine.
There was not any security there the entire game. There was none. And then it took them long to get there. So like ULM's not happy. And, I mean, on both sides, really, because I mean, you can't throw stuff back into the stands at all, even though they're hitting you with it. And the refs were trying to give ULM like a sideline penalty for coming onto the field.
Okay, but they were having shit thrown at them from behind.
They were having stuff thrown at them from behind, and the refs didn't even realize what was going on. And I'm like, it was just not a great situation. But the rest of the time was great. We went on the way home. We stopped at Buc-ee's. I got the Vampire Buc-ee inflatable.
Yes,
which is fantastic.
It's beautiful.
It's 6 foot tall.
Yeah, it is.
It's 6 foot, like that guys that say they're 6 foot, because it's not 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that.
It's beautiful.
Because I'm not 6 foot. I will admit to you, I am not 6 foot tall.
Are you not 6 foot?
No, I am not. I'm the guy that's below 6 foot, and I could lie and say I'm 6 foot, but I'm not. I am not 6 foot. So I am normal height, like 5'9", 5'10", whatever. But it really,
so I'm the alpha male of this podcast, being 6'1". I like this.
Totally.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
I'm the alpha now.
I'm sorry. Did I just laugh like that?
Yeah,
That loud?
you laughed really hard there, Pitt Girl. That's hurtful. I have feelings,
Was that hurtful to me or him? I don't know.
Both.
I am.
The concept of this podcast having an alpha and it's not Beth is very funny.
It's actually the Alpha's podcast. So
there we go. Yes,
definitely. But no, it was a great time. We stopped at Buc-ee's, which I mean, we got there maybe 10:30 on.
Best time to be at Buc-ee's.
Are you kidding me? It was packed.
Yeah, it was.
Packed to fucking hell, man. Like, ain't nothing going on in New Braunfels. Let's go to fucking Buc-ee's.
Mm-hmm.
So it was nuts. We had a good time. We got back home safe. I think I got home and I caught all the insane endings that happened all simultaneously at once.
Yes, you did.
In these games. So, yeah, it was a great time. And again, shout out to Warhawk Report and Dusty and the Fun Belt podcast for having us out there.
Sounds good. Okay, let's talk about West Virginia, Houston then. The Holgo Bolgo.
Why would we need to talk? It was a boring game and nothing happened. Why?
Okay.
Beth, it was the game of the week.
You have to walk through this with us. This is how you get rid. This is therapy. You have to get better in than out, right? Better out than in, that one. First off, Arthur did say he saw a Werther's Original ad during this game, which I feel is very fitting for some reason. This was the Holgo Bolgo.
Neil Brown looks like he does some Werther's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's his little secret. Neil Brown has got Werther's Original on the sideline.
This is a treat for me, but only if we don't give up a 100-yard punt return.
Oh, no one gets one then.
It was a kick return, but okay.
I don't care.
Yeah. So Beth, I remember chatting with you because you got home about halfway through this game. No,
Mm-hmm.
you were home for all that. Yeah.
No, I was home. I was home for this game.
Mm-hmm.
But your TV went out as soon as there was what was the play where it went out on?
So, no, I don't want to interrupt you. Sorry, what did you say, Pitt Girl?
No, I was just about to say I remember because I messaged you and was like, "Did you see it?" It
Yeah.
was a big touchdown play.
Yes, it was a big
And Beth
touchdown
was-
play. It was a
yes.
long pass, in fact.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
everybody was excited that a long pass had happened. I was not excited that a long pass had happened because I watched Garrett Green go back to pass, and then my screen went black. And I heard
Oh.
Puddles from downstairs go, "Hey, did something happen to the TV?" And I couldn't answer that question because my TV was black, as was his.
So you
So
end up
yeah,
going.
something did happen to the TV.
So you end up going to a bar for the second half of this. or
I
for the-
did. I did. I went to Champ Sports Bar in Altoona with the Penn State 409 napkins.
Oh no!
Nice.
Yeah, that was my ambiance
Oh no!
on
So
the eve of my birthday to watch this.
Oh no!
I forgot about that lineup of birthday and yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So this was a totally normal game until the
Yes.
very end when things just absolutely like the wheels came off this game.
And everything was fine at the end. So I am broken enough with this team at this point that I don't expect anything good to happen ever. Ever. The people in the Discord are trying to convince me, they're like, "You won, you should be happy." And I'm like, no, I refuse joy. I was fighting with what? Like, I think it was Ben.
Yep.
Yeah, I was fighting with Ben at one point. He's like, "Why can't you be happy with the victory as there's 12 seconds left?" And I'm like, no, I can't be happy. And then we immediately, like, Garrett Green gets this stupid penalty in the end zone for taking off his helmet. So we now have to kick off from what felt like our own 5-yard line.
Mhm.
It was a 20, but okay.
It felt
Close
like
enough.
it.
Close
Yeah.
Close enough.
Emotional.
Emotionally, 5-yard line.
And I found out that apparently Houston's quarterback had a 42-yard pass in him because Dana threw an out to the 42-yard line. And that is classic Dana. I know, because I've watched a lot of Dana in my years. Like, the second he threw the out to there, and I'm like, oh, cool. So that's exactly how far your quarterback can throw. Okay. All right. That's my day. All right. Fantastic. And everybody's like, "Hooray, you won." And I'm like, this doesn't feel good. I don't feel good. This isn't a good day. And then immediately we throw the Hail Mary. The Hail Mary goes the way the Hail Mary goes. And I immediately start calling out Ben in Discord. My friends, I'm sitting around the table with 3 friends, one of whom went to WVU,
Mhm.
and 2 of whom have, like, this is their first year really paying close attention to West Virginia football.
Ooh.
Oh no!
Those 2 are just like they're celebrating the win. My friend who went to WVU,
Does that
who
clock say 0-0? Then nope.
who graduated in like 80, he graduated in like the late 80s.
Mhm.
He and I are sitting there just like staring at the television just in dread.
Mhm.
Like, throughout this entire thing, my other friends are like, "What's wrong?" Like, "It's over, hooray!" And we're like, "It's not over." They're like, "It's over, hooray!" And we're like, "It's not over." I'm sitting there, I'm just drinking water, just staring with dead eyes at the screen as the Hail Mary is thrown. I don't even like spit out my drink like nothing is happening. It's just like nothing can hurt me. I'm dead inside. This cannot touch me anymore. I've gone beyond this game. Like, my best friend sitting next to me, he's like, "You're not even going to react." And I'm like, there's nothing left. There's nothing left inside of the cold husk of my heart for this game to touch. Happy
Love it.
birthday to me.
Happy birthday.
Oh, that last.
And we're still probably going to go to a bowl.
Oh yeah, you are. It's
Yeah,
you're,
you are.
You're 4-2, and you got games coming up you can absolutely win. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Can
You
we
might
agree?
Still be good.
No, we're not good.
546 yards in that game.
Mhm.
Like, and controlled the game for a lot of it.
Mhm.
Only one. Garrett Green only throws 1 pick.
We
He
should,
threw for
And
391
the Hail
yards.
Mary was a 50-50 ball, Beth.
and we had another we had another kick
Dude.
for a touchdown that was called back on a penalty.
Go,
Mhm.
go, go. The Hail Mary ball. I was watching our friends at Smoking Musket analyzing the defense for the Hail Mary ball. They still had 2 linebackers on the field. They had the defensive back on the opposite side of the end zone where the ball is for no reason. So that's 3 defenders. You could have been using the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
And so they're just like, they're all like, no, this is ridiculous. We knew this was going to happen. And Beth knew it.
My dad and I were looking at it. I'm like, Dad, let's count how many people were in the right place on this. And it is a depressing number of people.
It was not that many at all.
No.
The 49-yard Hail Mary, which was just, I mean, yeah, I saw it happen. It was just, we had a few of those this weekend.
Yeah.
It was crazy. So this kind of set the tone for the weekend. I wanted to give a shout out to the folks in the Discord, not jinxing West Virginia, but sorry, Ben.
And Ben, we are cool, Ben. We are absolutely cool. You can do no more pain to me than this team has already done.
I was just like, I am extremely superstitious. I'm like, until the game. Look, I am a Saints fan.
You said it to me. You're like Ben is going off, and you're like, Ben, you can't hurt her. She's already been hurt.
Ben, you're a Saints fan. Do you not remember the Minneapolis Miracle? Don't do that anymore. You gotta know that. I know you're not that young. Come on. But still, Ben, you're cool as hell. We appreciate it in the Discord.
Ben,
We're not
great.
just like ragging on Ben on the podcast. But it's just crazy. It's like, just can't. I mean, we've seen so many things like go wrong. I've seen so many things go wrong for like ULM. I mean, it just happened a few weeks ago, and it didn't hurt because we still had 51 seconds left this week. So, I mean, that didn't hurt. And then I did want to shout out to the folks inside the Discord, our Patrons and everything like that, for actually kind of nailing this one. We did an internal poll for the Sick Ghost Committee Game of the Week.
Oh, nailed this thing.
And we were very split. But the majority landed on this game, and I'm like, okay, Thursday night game. And then it had 7 consecutive lead changes. It was insane. The biggest lead was 11, but then like West Virginia erased that.
This was the right call.
It was, oh my God. When the committee gets one right like that, this is why we're a committee. Because I mean, none of us really had a gut feeling what it was. Yeah. We had some candidates. But looking at the other candidates that the games that came through this weekend, nothing was going to touch this one. So we got the good call, the whole bowl go. I feel like this is going to be the beginning of a beautiful rivalry.
Yes.
Oh God.
Well, because they made the big deal before the game of like, here are the Fox put up the graphic of here are what these teams have done before. Total points, none, nothing.
Never.
It looks like a
0.
graphic I would have made. But now it's a blood feud. We love seeing it. If we're going to destroy old rivalries, we might as well get some new ones.
Get some new craziness out of this one, because the Cougar coaster was off the charts on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Well, let's talk
the
about
Cougar coaster only goes up.
Let's talk about a normal game then. Stanford 46, Colorado 43 in overtime.
Someone believed in Stanford, and it was me. It was me.
I started watching this game on Friday night, and it was a late kick. And
like real late,
like 9 o'clock Central on a Friday. That's late. 9 o'clock Central on Friday.
Yeah, that's late for a Friday night.
And I watched the first half, and Colorado goes up 29-0. This thing is dead. Like, there's no one can do anything. Travis Hunter is back, and he's doing insane things on both sides of the ball. And he had a lacerated liver apparently. Which,
ouch.
That happens. Who amongst us, right? So they do this, and it's dead. Like this thing is dead. And so I was like, I'm going to stay up a little bit longer and just see what happens. Okay, because maybe, I don't know, Stanford scores something. And I even made a post. Like I made a post basically being like, nope, this is over. Like Stanford's going to have a bad night. GIF of a Christmas tree falling down.
Oh, that was you, huh?
That was me.
You old take yourself too?
Then I retweeted myself to old takes. Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Lovely.
I called myself out on that.
Calling out.
So this happened, and then it changed. Travis Hunter was getting slow on defense. and Elik Ayamanor. Well, I gotta get it. Okay, if he did that well, I gotta get his name pronounced right. Stanford.
I thought he was trying to say the Heimlich maneuver.
No, this was the dude, because this dude ended up with the single game record. Of course, they don't. Come on, Stanford, you don't have a pronunciation. He is Canadian.
Be smart enough to figure that out.
He is Canadian. He's from Medicine Hat, Alberta, and went to Deerfield Academy in Massachusetts.
Nice.
And this dude absolutely came up and started torching Travis Hunter. And they figured out at halftime, someone figured out that was going to be a weak side of the field. Ayamanor ends up with 294 yards, a Stanford single game record, and almost all that was in the second half. Like, this game went off the rails. I have not seen this kind of turnaround. Like, this is the biggest comeback in Stanford history. Like, this was just an insane game. And you watch the demeanor of the Colorado staff just go downhill. Dion is angry and and he's cold too. Like, he is very cold and he's just not having a great day. His hood is up the whole time.
Did he lose the glove too?
No, he did not lose the glove.
Okay, we don't know that. All right.
The Colorado's defensive coordinator, whose name escapes me,
he was livid.
Charles Kelly. Charles Kelly was losing his shit because all of a sudden the defense wasn't like in the right spots. They were getting slow out there. The shifts were bad. Like, it was just, the wheels came off this thing. And like, Stanford ends up winning in overtime. And the best part was that everyone was asleep at this point.
Yep.
Everyone had gone to sleep. And the next morning, you could tell when people woke up, like coast by coast, because the first tweet was, "What the fuck happened? It was 29-0 when I went to sleep."
Mm-hmm.
And having to explain that this game just came apart at the wheels for Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing. This is one of those fun games I've seen in a long time. And Stanford football looked fun again, which is all I fucking want. I want Stanford football to look fun. I will say I fucked up one thing though.
Uh-oh. But just one?
Well, besides calling out Stanford for being for like how rough it was going to be, then at the end, I posted the stat line up through like the end of the game.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I posted the stat line. I was like, wow, like here's the stat lines. And it's shocking. There hasn't been an interception yet this game. There's no turnovers. And the minute I post it, Shedeur Sanders throws an int in the end zone. And
smoke bomb.
Yeah, that was I did an Archer smoke bomb gif just to get the fuck out of there because everyone was screaming at me. It wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault. I can't do that. I don't have that power. I wish I did.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, I want the power to decide who lives and dies. I've always wanted that.
Jordan out here with the death note.
Yeah, it's fun. That sounds like fun.
This man is trying to be in Gladiator, giving people the thumbs up and thumbs down.
I pictured you, by the way. I think I tweeted this, but I pictured you up in the suite at Texas State, like having someone feed you grapes, and as ULM comes up and like offers you the ball, thumbs down.
No, we were pretty high up, so just nowhere near field level. We were way up there, which was
because
nice.
You're not down with the pores, okay? You're up with the money.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be down with the pores. Come on now.
I mean, it was so fancy. We had ginger ale in those little bottles.
Oh man, I love those. I love those.
We didn't even have canned ginger ale.
Ginger ale tastes better in little bottles.
It was good. We had it on the rocks.
Wait, which ginger ale?
It was Canada Dry, so I mean,
People do.
It works.
It's sufficient.
It could have been worse. It could have been Schweppes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I do want to mention what Stanford's schedule is going forward, guys. Okay.
Yeah, because you're gonna stand by that tweet.
This one I will stand by. Yes.
You stand by it.
Here we go. Stanford's schedule going forward: UCLA at home, Washington at home, on the road at Wazoo, on the road at Oregon State, Cal at home, on the Notre Dame at home. That's 5 ranked teams. No, only 3 now. 4. My bad. I can't count. 4 ranked teams. Wazoo, I feel like will come back into the rankings, but that's like 4 to 5 ranked teams in the last 6 games.
Dude, who knows if Arizona will jump up in there too?
They all play Arizona. But yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What was the other one that was unranked?
Oregon, Wazoo, and Cal. Cal's not gonna be.
Yeah, Cal's
No.
not gonna be ranked. No, we're
No.
This is
unless something happens.
This is a rough ass schedule for Stanford.
Very rough.
Okay, so we got that. Let's start drifting into some of the other things we saw this weekend. We will get to Louisville Pitt. Don't worry, Pitt Girl.
Yay!
I know you got feels about that.
Oh
I
yeah.
do.
We'll start with some other games we had pretty high up. Temple and North Texas. North Texas blew Temple out of the water here.
Yep.
I will call this, if I were writing an article, it would be Total Eclipse of the Owls, which I think is like my title. I did get to see the cool
Turn
eclipse
around.
shadows at my house, the little like crescents, things like that, which I
Mhm.
love, that kind of thing.
Now I'm
I'm exci-
imagining total eclipse of the heart, and anything that turns around, it's just an owl head turning around.
Oh God.
Turn around.
Well, I was thinking after we just talked about this, that owls would thrive during an eclipse because it's darker. So I was hoping this was going to be their superpower. It was not.
Mm-mm.
Every now and then they fall apart.
Yeah. And I'm excited.
It's possible that they look directly at the sun during the eclipse,
Could
and
happen.
with their big irises, I would think that would do extra damage.
Yeah.
The folks in the booth at North Texas got little shades to look at the eclipse, except that they were facing the wrong way.
Oh.
The eclipse was over their shoulder,
Oh.
so they couldn't see it.
Oh my.
Yeah, but they had great shots of people like the entire stands were staring up at the sun and not at the game for a while. So that was a lot of fun. North Texas wins this. Was this their first? Yes, this is their first American Conference win. So there we go. Welcome to the American Conference. Mazel tov. Next up, Iowa State Cincinnati. Iowa State rolls in this one. This was every bit as bad as the box score says. 30-10. Cincinnati, this ain't it, guys. This is going to be a rough year transition. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Pitt Girl.
Okay.
It's fine.
Cincinnati. Right? Cincinnati. Did they have more rushing or passing yards in the game?
I missed the entirety of this game because I was
it's just
at
a
an
guess.
undisclosed location.
Yes.
They're a pass heavy team, so it's got to be passing.
They were perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
Okay. Beth,
Rebecca?
more passing or rushing for Cincinnati?
Rushing.
Beth is correct. They had 115 yards rushing,
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh no.
and they had 99 yards passing.
Okay, so yeah. Yep. The Clones go to 3-1, 4-3 overall, which is a hilarious hilarious bit of
Some fun standings right there.
oh yeah. And Cincinnati's still looking for their first Big 12 win.
Second place in the Big 12, Iowa State.
Oh my God. Oh my
Yes.
God, that's right.
Yes.
Hold up. I need to tweet out the standings. Hold up, because this is hilarious.
Second place in the Big 12, Iowa State.
Oh Jesus.
The Big 12 is playing out exactly the way everybody thought that it would.
I mean, this is the Big 12.
Just the chalkiest conference imaginable.
That's right. Iowa State fans are going to curse you from tweeting this.
That's fine. Hey, come at me. Next one up, Virginia Tech beats Wake Forest, and not just by a little. Virginia Tech had this game in hand. This was, oh God, after the first quarter was 0-0, and we were like, we're on our way, baby.
I
We're
was
on our
so
way.
excited, and then it wasn't.
And then Virginia Tech scores 17 in the second quarter, and Wake Forest scores 10. All of a sudden, just the dam blew open. But the minute, this was one of those. It wasn't quite one of your shit games, Commish. We'll talk about that in a bit.
Yeah, it was
but things slowed down significantly towards the end. The Hokies are also 3-4, 2-1 in conference, which puts them in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're tied for 5th in the ACC.
ACC. All right.
God, every conference is just so much fun.
They're above Clemson.
That is true.
Oh God, just cursed.
No, I think that's pretty blessed, actually.
Georgia Tech and Virginia Tech, both 2-1 in conference.
Same
Clemson,
team.
Clemson, 2-2.
The
Jesus.
spirit of the ACC Coastal lives on.
Oh, because it's like
Because they haven't developed an effective treatment for it.
because it's like that couch that had staph infection. You gotta just burn it.
West Virginia.
That's why you burn couches in West Virginia, because there's too much staph.
That's right. Yeah, makes sense.
Leviticus chapter 14. You can learn all kinds of things. Let me tell you.
This podcast is all about the old laws. Let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, totally.
That's why I don't wear buttons.
The Sickos Committee podcast, unclean until evening.
I mean, that's why we record so late.
Rutgers 27, Michigan State 24. Holy fuck, guys. Rutgers has a 21-point fourth quarter to win this thing.
5-2 Rutgers. 5-2
I-
Rutgers.
I-
5-2
in a
Rutgers.
tree. Wait,
I'm not okay with
5-2
this.
Rutgers.
I'm not okay with this.
I am
This
okay
is-
with this. I am more
Talk
than
to your
okay
kids
with
about good Rutgers.
I can't.
You
I
can.
can.
No, because it's Michigan State. This is anti. My house is an anti-Italian house. I can't do this.
I can't believe. I mean,
Hey, Podcat, come here. I want to tell you something.
Oh God. When you get your face clawed off.
you're gonna get your face caught. Can you believe Rutgers is 5?
No, actually, no. I think Podcast has been on the record as being very pro Rutgers.
Podcat does like Rutgers a whole lot.
Yeah, this game was another one that just got very stupid at the end.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that this one sort of got drowned out by other things around it.
It was 24-6 at the end of the third quarter. We can go to bed. We can turn this game off, right? Right.
I mean, this game was at noon, wasn't it? So I feel like you shouldn't go to bed after a noon game. But
I mean,
hey.
afternoon, a noon nap. You know,
Hi,
get
Podcat.
a nice mid-afternoon nap after watching Michigan State just beating Rutgers so bad. It's 24-6. I mean,
Nothing
they
could
got
happen.
it locked up, right? Nothing bad could happen. They had trouble with the snap, and that set off the Rutgers. Like they just came out of the woodwork again. You remember this thing I was telling you about fourth quarter Rutgers?
Yeah. Oh, you're absolutely
Remember?
right. This is it again.
Again, this is at least the third or fourth occurrence of the Rutgers fourth quarter machine. They get revved up. So Rutgers is a diesel engine in New Jersey. I don't know what diesel engines are used for in New Jersey, but I have no idea.
Same thing they're used for everywhere else.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Except you can't pump your own diesel fuel in.
well,
That
you
is
can.
true.
That's true.
New Jerseyans cannot be trusted with their own gas or diesel pumps. No.
Okay.
The comeback started of all the weird things. It was with a fumble. It was a fumble return. It was bizarre.
It was the punter. The punter got it snapped to, and it just went straight to his hands. And then the crazy doink it into the end zone, and Rutgers recovered it for a 0-yard fumble return for touchdown.
One of my favorite things to see on a play-by-play.
Yeah, just like and then Rutgers gets a touchdown, and then basically they get one like almost back-to-back fashion. Because
They scored like it was 14 points or 13 points within
9 seconds.
9 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Wait, they scored how many points in how many seconds?
Let me make sure I got the numbers right here.
She heard the magic number, but
Oh,
we have to confirm.
Oh, goddamn.
So that's
I mean,
8.
Texas State ULM was at 13-9 for a while.
It was.
Beth
for a
is
bit.
scrunch facing so hard right now.
Beth, now that you're of a certain age, you have to make sure you don't get those wrinkle lines, dear. I love you. I love you.
Jesus.
I'll go see if they have any more Buckies. I'll send you one.
Jordan?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Turn around. Bright eyes.
Listener Jordan has actually turned around.
Visual humor. That's what we do here.
Yeah.
I can need you more than ever.
As we know, podcasting is a visual medium.
I want to talk about a game that I'm not sure anyone saw, but I was watching parts of this. San Jose State 52, New Mexico 24. Y'all, New Mexico is up 17-14 at the half.
Yeah, I tweeted about that.
And then the wheels came off. I put the drive chart in the chat or in the show doc, and 17-14 at the half, and then this shit just blew up. San Jose State turns into a yardage machine and just destroys them.
19 seconds into the second half, 55-yard touchdown pass. San Jose State leads, and that was the last time New Mexico State had the lead. So their halftime lead basically lasted for 19 seconds.
Oh no.
Then they got a 54-yard touchdown pass. Then they had to settle for a field goal, but in a 19-yard touchdown run. And then, they scored from closer, and then it was like 52-17. Then with like a minute 25 left, New Mexico got back on the board to make it 52-24.
Yeah, it was like this one just absolutely evaporated. Another wild one of the Mountain West. San Diego State ends up being Hawaii. Another, like, I fell asleep so close to the end of this game, and I shouldn't have done it. I fucked it up, guys.
I was still awake. Don't worry.
San Diego State 41, Hawaii 34. God.
I did not pass the Hawaii test. I tried, and I am supposed to take a new med, and so I took the new med and forgot that one of the side effects of new med is it knocks me right the heck out.
Is being anti-Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yeah,
I
woke up sitting in a chair with the lights still on and my glasses on at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh no.
Yeah. The TV was on.
I also failed to pass the Hawaii test, but I fell asleep, woke up towards the end of the game while there was a fumble or something, unclear, because I woke up while it was under review. Saw that it was going to decide who had possession of the ball. The ball went to San Diego State. San Diego State also already had the lead. There were like maybe 5 minutes left, and I was like, this is not going to end interestingly, and went to bed.
So you got an incomplete on the Hawaii test.
I did. I didn't fail.
Right. Well, we don't use that word around here. Failure, that word is just not good. So
I'll take the Hawaii test again next semester. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So, Commish, what did happen at the end of this game?
So there was it just went back and forth for a bit. So Hawaii's up. They get a 52-yard touchdown pass to end the third quarter, like right as the third quarter ended. Mm-hmm. So they're up 24-20. Hawaii, just a minute 30 later, 69-yard touchdown pass. Nice. 27-24. Then you kind of think San Diego State is going to put this away. They get a touchdown. It's 34-24. And then I was like, okay, maybe it's time to go to bed. Hawaii was like, sorry. Like immediately after that, it's 34-31. Then San Diego State, they get a touchdown. It's 41-31. You're like, okay, that's pretty much it here. Maybe that's it. Hawaii gets a field goal, and now you're up for an onside kick, waiting to see if Hawaii can recover the onside kick. Podcat, I'm sorry. They did not recover the onside kick. And San Diego State was able to get, just end the game with some kneel downs there. But yeah, none of the games at the end of the night were you can't go to bed. This week, there was nothing safe. No lead was safe ever.
Well,
you could never sleep.
Let's talk about that then, because just before that happened, we had Boise State and Colorado State.
Yes.
Colorado State 31, Boise State 30. This game was 30-10, Boise State, with 6 minutes left to go in the game.
Technically, with 4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining, you can go there.
Oh, I can even go that far. You're absolutely right, because that's when they scored.
Right.
So 4 minutes left in the game ish. Boise State is up 30-10. And then in 4 minutes, Colorado State scores a touchdown, another touchdown, and another one. And holy shit, 21 points.
Yeah. The best thing about the Hail Mary that they hit, Boise actually did the knock it down thing.
Yeah.
But the only problem is there was a trailer on the play for Colorado State.
Knocked it right into his arms.
It, knocked it right to him, who was basically falling down at the time. So they knocked it down right to him. Then they celebrated to hell. They went nuts, right?
Oh yeah,
they went insane because it's tied. Guess what? The celebration penalty. Let's back up that extra point now. And you remember the kicker, right? He's like a 34-year-old man, or is it 30?
Oh yeah, no, he's got like 12 kids and a mortgage. Yeah,
he's from England, I think. He's on loan from Sheffield United. I think that's what he said. But
he's from like Culture Wednesday or whatever. I don't know.
Sure, yes, Sheffield Wednesday, whatever. But yeah, he nails it right down the middle, pipes it. They go insane. He rips his helmet off. They're going nuts in Fort Collins because this is the first time they have ever beaten Boise.
Ever. Full South.
Ever. First time in 13 games that they played them. First time they beat Boise. The streak is over. Boise fans want to fire their coach. It was just so many different replies below us. Fire.
Oh yeah, they were all.
They're like, he's done. And so I don't know if the message board geniuses, go to Boise State message boards, but
there has to be.
Maybe it's Bronco Nation, or who knows, the Blue Turf Nation.
You guys should check out the win probability chart for this game because this is my favorite one I've seen so far this season.
Oh my god!
Because it is just a straight line down. I'm not sure how much we'd have to zoom into this. Actually, let me go to Game on Paper real fast and see what theirs looks like. Because it is asymptotic. It is just a straight line down.
Line goes down.
That is indeed the highway to hell.
Even more spread out. Here's what Game on Paper has, and it's still just a complete straight line. Oh my god!
I am pleased to report that the 247 Sports Boise State message board is in fact called the Blue Turf Board.
Okay,
that feels right. Nice. All right, cool. That works. It's blue, right?
I have not clicked on it.
Oh, okay. I hope it's blue if it is.
It is blue.
Okay, good.
We don't need to talk about Washington beating Oregon. It was a great game. That's all you need to know about that game.
It was a banger.
It was an absolute banger. Mm-hmm. And both of those teams are great. I hope they play again. I would watch this game 1,000 times. We need to talk about something that was on at the exact same time. Because on one part of my quad box, I had Washington and Oregon. The other part, I had Iowa, Wisconsin.
You and me both.
And y'all, this is why you need a game in between these two. You cannot go straight from one to the other. You will get the bends. You have to be careful here, folks. Because Iowa 15, Wisconsin 6. Iowa scoring a touchdown, a field goal, a safety, and a field goal. And at this point, I'm now convinced we're at performance art, Iowa. He knows the jokes. They know all the stuff. They are just trying to get the most efficient outcomes possible. What is the fewest number of points I need to score to win these games? And we need to have a very serious discussion that there might go 10-2 or 11-1.
And still have to fire Brian.
There's no way. There's no way. They will restructure the contract or something. There's no way.
They're just gonna say that the contract is terminated and they're gonna re-sign him to a new deal. There's gonna be something it's gonna be
wonderful.
So unsatisfying for the Iowa fans.
I'm gonna keep putting up even some people were like, we have some Iowa fans now who are just a little salty of oh, you guys are still joking about us even though we're 6 and whatever, 5-1, whatever. Y'all,
that was never the joke. That was never the joke.
It's just about how your AD came out and was like, there are actual numbers attached to this contract now. Blame Gary Barta for this.
Yeah. You big dummies.
Yeah.
You were big dummies because your team isn't going to win. That was never what this was about.
Nope. This was about the fact that y'all are playing a brand of football that is so vastly different than everything else around you. Actually, not everything around you, because we have some folks. I'm going to put out a graphic later on this week. There's only one team in the Big Ten West above the Ferentz line currently, 25 points per game. The rest are below.
Yeah.
So they are in good company.
Yeah.
They're not doing anything miraculous around them. It's just Big
Nope.
Ten West is in the walls.
You don't have to go above the Ferentz line, and you shouldn't.
Nope. In the first half,
It's
there were more first downs.
wasteful.
There were more punts than first downs.
Yes. It was so beautiful. It was
Yep.
so beautiful.
Iowa ends up with Minnesota at Northwestern, Rutgers, Illinois, and at Nebraska.
Can you say that again, but just like
Yeah.
slowly?
Minnesota at Northwestern, Rutgers, Illinois, at Nebraska.
Hold on. Let me interject here. You say at Northwestern, right?
Yes.
It's not at Northwestern. It's in Wrigley Field.
Oh, you're right. You're right. And 15-6 is a good baseball score, so there you go.
There you
The
go.
football gods have given us a great gift.
I wanted to go to this one. I don't know if I can make it happen, but I want to.
This is beautiful. Iowa, keep doing your crazy ass thing, y'all.
And with your spirit.
Yeah.
Again, it's just, I mean, they put the contract out here. Like, there's nobody else's contract that has a clause of points per game. And then there's people that are upset at us, like, hey, there's a safety. It shouldn't count. Like, that's not what the contract says.
That's also the funny thing when people get mad at us for being for his contract.
This is bullshit. The safety shouldn't count for him. And I'm like, that's
mean-
what the contract says.
Yes, it is bullshit, but we didn't negotiate the contract.
Again,
How-
we are just tracking
Brian
points.
Ferentz is absolutely masterful agent. I don't know who he is, but I want him representing me.
How many times do we have to tell you that we truly enjoy watching this?
Yeah.
Like, we're
I-
having a great time.
I was having an absolute blast with those two games on the screen at the same time. Legitimately, non-ironically, having fun watching both of these games at the same time.
Yeah.
It was great.
It was great. I have loved watching this team all year. This is fun.
Navy 14, Charlotte 0. I need your help here, guys, because I think I want to coin a phrase. First off, Biff does respect the troops. He didn't go off in his post-game presser, but I can tell they're not having a great time. They're 1-5, 0-2 in conference. Charlotte, I think, is going to get there eventually, but not yet. I need a name for a half of football that is only punts. And I think immaculate half is what I want to go with, because immaculate inning in baseball is 9 pitches,
9 strikes.
9 strikes.
Mm.
That's
3
an
outs,
immaculate
right?
inning. So an immaculate half where it's a no downs, no whatever. It's just punt, 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 punt.
Hmm.
A perfect half. I don't know. See, it needs a little more alliteration. Anyways, we're workshopping this, but they had an immaculate half. The first half was nothing but punts.
My brain wants to call it an open frame, like bowling.
Mm.
Oh yeah. Both teams had exactly 265 yards. This game was almost perfectly mirrored.
I have one word for just nothing but punts in the first half, or a perfect half like that. It's the gif of Michael Fassbender going perfection.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's all it is. It's perfection. Puntfection.
Punfection.
Okay. Yep, I like it. It's
And
more
then we have-
awkward, and that works
we have-
perfectly.
We have him say puntfection.
Oh yeah, I can fix
There
that.
we go.
There it is.
Is that from X-Men First Class?
I have no idea.
I think it's from X-Men First Class.
Like, I can't spot gifs. Well, some I can.
I think it's from X-Men First Class. Yeah.
Who knows?
Yes,
Just
it
type in.
is.
There we go. Yeah.
That's it.
I can absolutely redo this with puntfection. Yes.
Puntfection. See, you just listen to us on the podcast. We like live, brainstorm things, and
Of course.
it just happens.
Arizona 44, Wazoo 6. Y'all, Wazoo looked slow, and the fish tank went to Pullman and absolutely just sat on them. I will say that Arizona doubled up. Yes, I'll do ads next. Thank you.
Man, I'm just trying to put it on the.
No. I'm gonna call you out for doing that. Here, let me highlight it too to make sure I don't figure. Oh, there we go. No, I changed the font color. Hold up. Let me get the highlight.
I'm just trying to sneak
I
it
like
on the notes.
like sneaky neon green ads.
Let me get a highlight color. There we go. Oh, it's perfect. I can read that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Orange on light green. Perfect. You can see that.
Neon green with peach highlight.
I'm just
Exactly
like-
what we want.
I was like, hey, I think here's
go
a
ahead.
good break.
Arizona had 528 yards to Wazoo's 254. Like doubled them up. And Wazoo had
that seems
five.
bad.
Wazoo had 5 turnovers, y'all.
Oh no.
5 turnovers.
Cam Ward, what are you doing?
This was
No.
it was not. This was not it for anyone that night. Arizona once again is looking sneaky good. Not even so much sneaky anymore, especially after what they've done to the last couple teams they played. I would not want to fuck with Arizona right now.
No.
Like that's the best kind of thing I can say about them is I would not want to fuck with Arizona right now because they look.
They get the Beavs in like 2 weeks. There's a bye, so that could be interesting there for the Beavs. Oh man, yeah, Colorado's got them. Oh no, Utah. oh man, wait, what's Colorado's schedule now? After they got at UCLA, they have a bye this week, thankfully. Home against the Beavs, home against Arizona, on the road in Pullman, and then Utah on the road. So they're 4-3. I don't even know if they get a bowl now.
Ooh, it's gonna be close.
Yeah.
By the way, I know we're not previewing things yet, but Utah goes to USC next week.
Should be fun.
So let's do some ads. Huh?
Oh, no, who put those in there?
First off, we have our Discord and our Patreon for $5 a month. Join us in our Discord to talk about our weekly ratings debates, live chat during games, post pictures of your cats and your food, and tell Beth not to worry about West Virginia games. Also, if you subscribe to our Patreon, we have our Commish's Corner special podcast. This last episode, Commish talked about a punter from the 1890s who was so popular he had to fake his own death. The kangaroo kicker. Like that should tell you all you want to know about this.
Yeah.
That story, I was laughing so fucking loud when I was cutting that for you.
It was hard to just like make it through it.
Yeah, I could tell.
It was great.
We have our merch store, sickoscommittee.org. Shout out to the Message Board Geniuses podcast. They go to the places that we refuse to go to, where people are talking about whether Texas A&M was being distracted by Hamas. That's why they lost the game. Yep.
Okay.
We have our Substack where we do our weekly recaps, and they are amazing, where we go reach back into our history and find the most alliterative ways to describe games. And as always, our partnership with Home Field Apparel. Offer code YES, yes, that's 3 ha's for 15% off your first order. And our weekly Sickos Shirt Showdown for 25% off. Also had a crew neck this week with Iowa. Whatever is still there, it's only there until everything's sold out. Use offer code committee to get 25% off. There is still some amazing stuff there.
We're working on this week's. We don't have it finalized yet, but we're still working on it. They may actually allow us to pick some new stuff that could be coming.
Ooh.
So just keep an eye out for that. So I'm still trying to work on the one that we have coming up for this week, but we may have it hammered out Monday or Tuesday by the time you listen to this podcast. So I just don't have it finalized yet, but there will be a week 8 version. I have 3 potential games right now we're working on for this week, but we're just not finalized yet.
Sounds good. Okay, folks, we have some ones that are a little shorter to start with. Bowling Green at Buffalo. Hell yeah, Bowling Green wins this one. And we are back to, I believe this is a mild buffalo. This is a barbecue sauce buffalo.
Yeah, just normal barbecue sauce. The temperature of that. Yeah, it's back down. So no more Asian zing buffalo.
No.
We're down to the mild and just plain barbecue. Not even like the spicy barbecue, just the plain barbecue.
Oh yeah, this is like tomato sauce and a little bit of vinegar.
Yeah, just a little bit like that. So this is kind of the perfect time to introduce our new stat that I've been tracking, because I've been fascinated by teams that manage to win games, but they don't do shit in the second half at all.
Just
They
shut
don't.
down.
They don't. They just shut down. Like they hit their points and they don't score anything else for the rest of the game, and somehow they manage to win the fucking game. And this is what Bowling Green did. So Bowling Green got 24 points in the first half, and then they just stuck, and
enough.
they won the game. That was enough. 24. They beat Buffalo here. So this is what our stat coming up, which may have a graphic in the next coming days. You may see it on Twitter timeline or Instagram or wherever we're posting it. It is called the second half ineptitude tracker, aka shit. All right.
This might have been a backronym. I believe we started with the idea of wanting to call it shit and worked backwards from there, but that's fine.
Yes,
It's
we wanted
perfect.
something funny. We wanted something funny, but we know the majority of teams that don't do shit in the second half, like typically lose. They don't do it. They don't do anything. They don't. But there's those magic teams that don't do shit in the second half, and they still fucking win. And I am utterly fascinated by that. Right now, I think we're sitting around like anywhere from a 10 to 14% mark this season. That teams that don't do shit in the second half, but they still manage to win the game.
That's impressive. That's really fucking impressive.
It is great. So we're starting to track that, and we've built up a database. We built up a data pool for it. So that's going to be something that we're going to be doing through the rest of the year. Somehow they pulled off the shit. They pulled off the shit win. So that's coming up next. I feel so immature, but I fucking love it.
No, hey, you know what, man?
No, it's perfect.
Lean into this shit.
God, we played like shit, but we still won.
BYU 11, TCU 44. TCU has fixed their explosiveness problem, or at least
11?
11.
11.
11.
11.
Yeah.
11.
11 to 44, which is a totally normal score.
It feels like BYU was still trying to get that 11.
Oh yeah, like they were trying. This was 8 points and 3 points, by the way. That's how you get there.
Okay, so it was 24-0. So they got a touchdown in the second quarter. They went for 2 to make it a 2-possession game. Then it was 31-8, 38-8.
It was a sad field goal.
It was 38-11, 41-11, and then 44-11. So okay, I won't give them any crap for going for the 8. They're like, we're gonna get back in this game. It's the second quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. All right, I thought it would just be something weird like fourth quarter. Let's go.
Keaton Slovis has found his old groove. 15 for 34, 152 yards, 1 interception. He's back, baby.
That implies that he was before, but
Okay.
Good for him.
All right, who has a better record, TCU or BYU? Don't look.
It's BYU.
BYU.
Yeah. It has to be, right?
BYU's 4-2, TCU's 4-3.
Yeah. SMU. Hold up. Oh, I lost my menu. Sorry, my window. Sorry. SMU
Jordan,
31.
How could you possibly have lost your window? I wonder if there's a reason why you lost your window.
No reason. Everything's fine. Nothing is broken. Carry on.
He's got 900 tabs.
I'll take a picture of mine. I clicked on the thing to see like, oh, which window I'm in, and I realized how many windows I had. This is the bottom of my screen right now.
I can't wait
2,
to
3,
be
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 Chrome windows. Yeah.
My eyes.
See something that says employment. You looking for jobs? What's going on?
Yeah, I'm about to sign off with this little thing called SB Nation in Box. I hear they're really great for their football people.
Okay.
Burning bridge we didn't even know we had. Just tossing flames.
We don't have any bridges. We're just the committee. We have none.
SMU 31, ECU 10. SMU had this game pretty much in hand. No one watched it because it was on while everything else was, unfortunately.
Yeah, while West Virginia and Houston were going on, like SMU and ECU were going on, and SMU wasn't doing shit, in the third quarter. Neither was ECU. But SMU finally got it together and they won 31-10.
Tulane 31, Memphis 21. This was one of the swingiest games I've seen in a long time.
Oh man, it was
Like
great.
Tulane goes up 10-0. Then it's 21 unanswered by Memphis.
Uh-huh.
And then it was
21
unanswered by Tulane. Sure, why not?
Yeah, why not? Friday night fun in Memphis. Yeah, Tulane's first win in Memphis since 1998.
Jesus.
Feels like 98.
Feels like 98.
By the way, if you had that Memphis ticket home package thing.
Oh no.
The ticket from Bethune. It is over now. So you spent $60 on a ticket for Bethune. You got to see Bethune, Navy, Boise, and Tulane. So you got 4 games.
That's not bad.
Not bad. $15. $15. So I mean, if you did it, I mean, their next game wouldn't have been until like November against South Florida, but still, kind of, I mean, not a bad deal. So if you'd have bought the $60 ticket for the home games until they lose, you got 4, which is not bad.
Oklahoma State 29, Kansas State 21. Oklahoma State is so fucking confusing, y'all. Yes. I think it's because they finally picked a quarterback. Like they're like they picked a quarterback. They're going with their quarterback. His name is, let me make sure I got it right. Bowman. Yeah, this is Alan Bowman. Yep. And I think by doing that, they've settled into a good rhythm. The biggest thing here was basically that the Mean Bean machine kind of went off the rails here. He threw, it was 2 interceptions. Both teams had over 500 yards of offense. Like it was just popping the fuck off. And that was the story of this game.
He had 5 touchdowns, within the third quarter, and then basically he turned into a pumpkin late in the second half. So he had a touchdown. There's his 5th touchdown. You're like, wow, how much could this go? Next drive interception. Next drive after that interception, and then Oklahoma State was able to get ahead, and from that point, Kansas just couldn't catch up and tie the game.
LSU a bunch, Auburn not so much. Actually, that's not true. It was LSU 48, Auburn 18. So I thought this was going to be more chaotic. It was not, just because Auburn is stinky. Auburn is poop.
Was the 18-6 field goals? I did not follow this game.
No, it was a touchdown, a field goal, and then a touchdown with a 2-point conversion in the fourth quarter when they were already way behind.
So they were down 24. At the beginning of the fourth quarter, they get a touchdown, and they're like, yeah, we're going to come back. And against LSU's defense,
it's possible.
It is possible, but LSU was able to pull away the next 2 drives and made it 48-18.
Eastern Michigan 48, Kent State Golden Flashes 14. Most interesting thing about this game was that Kent State opens the game with an onside kick directly into the hands of Eastern Michigan, who runs it in for a touchdown.
Oh no!
My dad texted me about this.
This was fucking beautiful. I love it.
It was great.
And
it's that was the game day. The final pick hadn't even happened yet.
No, it was before that even.
It was just Easton returns the onside kick for a touchdown. We're yelling already.
The part I love about this is that I love that we get new people who have never watched Eastern Michigan games before.
Yeah.
Because whenever we post video from their field, everyone's like, did I have a stroke? What's going on? And this combination, for some reason, was just very hard on the eyes.
I mean, the yellow pants, the green jersey, and the gray field. I got what I wanted. And I just wish Kent had yellow helmets, which would have been even better. But they went with the navy blue. But yeah, I love this, and I love throwing Eastern highlights on the timeline just as much as throwing random CFL highlights on the timeline, just to throw everybody off. And I'll just try to relate the CFL game to a college game, and oh no, Oregon State's playing Washington right now, and then everybody's like, what?
My favorite is when Winnipeg plays, because their logo does look like Washington's logo.
Oh yeah,
and everyone just can't. It's all they see.
Wait, hold on. Is that no? Oh, you guys are messing with us.
Kansas State 38, Texas Tech 21. This was a really back and forth game. Kansas State goes out to a little bit of an early lead, but it becomes like a sort of a slugfest in the second. Kansas State ends up pulling away in the third and fourth. Kansas State's still probably one of the better teams in this conference, even with like the weird Mizzou loss, which actually in retrospect is not that weird.
No, it's not.
Mizzou, good.
Mizzou, okay.
Yeah,
we'll give you that. My favorite part in this game is that it's back and forth, right? And you're like, man, this is like a crazy game. And like, what's gonna break? What's gonna break? So it's second half, touchdown, Texas Tech. They're up 21-17. You're like, okay, Kansas State goes right back down, 24-17, touchdown. It's 24-21. I apologize for that. Next play for Texas Tech, they throw an interception. Yep. The next play for Kansas State, it's a touchdown. Now it's 31-21. Tech goes on another drive. It ends in another interception.
Yeah.
So Kansas State doesn't get anything done there. We're like, well, Tech was like, okay, fine, we'll throw another interception. And then K-State gets a touchdown to make it 38-21. They were very accommodating. They were throwing interceptions like tortillas.
Tennessee 20, Texas A&M 13. You want to talk about a game where no one came out of this game feeling like they had won or lost? Like everyone was miserable in this game.
This is my favorite. I got stats from this game. Everybody hated this game. Everybody hated their life in this game. Yep. So my favorite thing here, I'm just going to ask you a question.
Okay.
Did Tennessee have more passing yards than they had penalty yards?
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay. So Tennessee had 100 passing yards.
Okay.
They had 115 yards in penalties.
Jesus Christ.
Ayo!
All right, my other side of this thing here. Did A&M have more rushing yards than penalty yards?
No.
No.
Yes.
Okay. They did not. A&M had 54 rushing yards, and they had 90 yards in penalties.
Oh God.
Good
Oh
God.
So
Okay.
Tennessee and A&M combined for 23 penalties. Did Tennessee have more pass attempts than 23?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
They did not. They had 22
Oh my
pass
God.
attempts. We can move on.
Oh God. Okay.
We can move on from that one.
North Carolina 41, Miami 31. I was expecting a Miami bounce back, and I was incorrect.
I regret to inform you that North Carolina might actually be good. I hate
It's
this.
feeling that way.
I hate it.
Mhm.
I hate it so much.
I see why North Carolina fought so hard to get Tez Walker
Yeah.
to play.
All of a sudden, super obvious why Tez Walker needed to be there. Holy shit. That dude was fire. Miami had 4 turnovers, including 2 interceptions. Tyler Van Dyne, he was not this week. Miami going forward, Miami's 4-2, but like the worst kind of 4-2. And going forward, they have Clemson, Virginia, NC State, Florida State, Louisville, and Boston College. So it's going to be Bowl Miami, but not like a good Bowl Miami. Ooh, Miami Sun Bowl?
Oh, God.
Ooh.
El Paso.
FAU 56, USF 14.
Ooh.
First off, FAU is now 2-0 in the American.
Mhm.
Woo!
So good for them.
Yeah.
When I was recovering from back surgery, I was told that my road to health and recovery was non-linear. USF, you are on the correct track. This is just a non-linear recovery.
It's okay. They got UConn next week.
Right. FAU only led 21-14 at the half, by the way. I threw in the scoring drive chart, and you can see where it just all came apart.
So you're telling me that we got another team that didn't do shit in the second half?
That's all right.
Yeah, except they lost that one. Yes.
They lost that shit.
I'm hearing this young
Oh, I'm gonna like this thing.
Yes.
this young mastermind they have coaching FAU, a guy by the name of Tom Herman.
Tom Herman. Sorry, you gotta remember that. You're like, oh God, again.
Yeah.
I can't retain this.
No.
West Virginia head coach Tom Herman. Tell me you don't love it. It's not bad.
Oh my God, best face. Can we like? I've never seen her make that face.
I
Hey,
don't.
could be,
It's a face of
fun.
like shock and bewilderment.
I don't have enough breadcrumbs to get home.
This is the point of the season where you start talking about head coaches and you just throw out somebody that's having like a kind of good season.
Oh yeah.
But keep in mind, FAU is only 3-3.
Two
and
two
South
and
Florida-
oh in 2-0 in the American.
I mean, also
that's-
3 in FAU adjusted terms.
That's good. South Florida, again, I'm not necessarily bagging on UConn. They have to go to UConn.
Mm-hmm.
So that may be tough because they've given up 56 points in back-to-back weeks.
And
So
and held Alabama's feet to the fire because
17
Nothing means
nothing
anything.
makes sense.
we have. Sorry, I lost my tab again.
Tab and tabs.
Which one?
Florida 41, South Carolina at 39. Best thing about this game was the intentional safety at the end.
Yeah.
Love a good intentional safety.
Yeah, we do.
And
All
it's
safeties are beautiful and perfect in the eyes of the Lord.
Mhm.
intentional safety alert. Love
And
it.
by the Lord, I mean one of the Ferences.
This game was
Mizzou-
wild.
Oh, this
But-
was super wild. Like it was super pointy
Yeah.
and was way more explosive than I thought it had any business being.
It seemed like South Carolina had it locked up. They were up by 10 with
Yes.
like 9 minutes to go, and then Florida just goes bam, bam, touchdown. And then they wind up taking a safety with like 4 seconds left to like harmlessly kick it to South Carolina and make the score very weird. 41-39. What was the spread on this one?
I don't remember.
It was even. Okay.
Okay. Well, Vegas gets it close every once in a while.
That was a fun probability chart, so you could throw that one in there.
Oh, I will. I just saw it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
Need to have like descriptors of some of these because like this is like a good swan dive. Like this is a
Yeah.
nice little like leap and hop instead of the sheer line.
Yeah.
Mizzou 38, Kentucky 21. Best thing about this was their winning graphic, which was literally in the form of a Kroger receipt.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Your
Let's see here.
cashier was E. Drinkwitz.
That's right.
I did
He
not
took
watch
40 yards.
almost any
Oh.
of Fresno State, Utah State.
I watched the
How
whole
was
thing.
this?
This game was amazing, and Logan was nuts, man.
Fresno State 37, Utah State 32. Go ahead.
Logan was absolutely insane. Just a wild back and forth game. Like Utah State just never gives up.
No.
Ever. Like they do not quit, and their students were like pulling them on. It was just nuts. They took a 32-31 lead with like 4 minutes left. Fresno then gets it with like a backup quarterback. They get the touchdown to lead 37-32, and then Utah State just could not get it down the field at the end to try to do that. But it was wild. Like Fresno had an amazing pick where he just jumped underneath the route and like just full extension to seal the game for the Bulldogs. But what a game. The crowd was just phenomenal. I just want to give a shout out to College Football Campus Tour, who was there
Oh, yeah.
for that game. And then on Saturday, he went to like Rhode Island.
The Providence, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
To
the
go see
Brown game.
Princeton, which Brown and Princeton went into OT. Chris Berman was there, and I made horrible jokes on the timeline. I appreciate that.
Okay. Pitt Girl. Hail to Pitt.
To win Pitt. To win Pitt. To win Pitt. ACC win Pitt.
I joked about the blue vase, but you know what? The blue vase is a lot less funny when you win.
Uh-huh.
All the
Yeah,
weird
no.
shit out there is less funny if you win.
The will to win is stored in the vase where we keep our anger.
Mm-hmm. That's Pittsburgh as hell right there.
All
It
right.
really is.
I got to ask some questions about this face. Why hadn't it been out earlier this year?
I don't know.
Like seriously, like I mean, is it like break open the case of the vase in case of emergency? I mean, like y'all brought it to the Sun Bowl last year. We found out.
That's
Why,
right.
why wasn't it here? Like, I mean, why you had to wait until you're 1-4? Like, could they only retrieve it after you had a bye week? Is that what it was? I mean,
Similarly, we could only retrieve Christian Vier after the bye week.
I mean, I don't know. Like,
We
Narduzzi's
also
got-
have additional clarification
yeah.
in that we are correct that this is a Stephen Colbert situation where his dad prefers they you,
Okay.
Ooh.
but QB1 prefers the air.
Oh.
So
Did-
here we are.
Did they put Phil at tight end, or did
No.
that happen?
That was not real. Unfortunately, no, that is not real. But ACC win Pitt is real. Also, Louisville being fraudulent. I actually might have been right about that. I was just a week late. So that's fun. Very much enjoyed all the turnovers. That was delightful. It's almost like the defense can do defense things if they're not on the field for 50 minutes a game.
I did see Canadian flags in the stands already,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah,
we're leaning into this.
Pitt fans, pro Canada. Steelers fans, less so.
Can we get like a Canadian flag that is like Pitt colors?
Jordan,
Can we do that?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. I mean, I'm even like, just do it Pittsburgh colors, like,
Yeah.
whatever, like black and yellow, but do it Pitt colors, the blue, just do it that way, and just wave some flags that way. That'd be great.
I would also just like to take this moment to highlight the fact that Christian Vier pulled a significant upset in his first start for Pitt. There is another Pitt quarterback who I think we all know and love, who also pulled a sizable upset in his first start.
Dan Marino.
Tyler Palko.
We do love Tyler Palko.
Okay. Well, it was not him. It was probably Kenny Pickett, but okay.
It was in fact Kenny
was it
Pickett.
Kenny
I
Pickett?
was
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yes, he his first start for Pitt was
Against
the
Miami,
upset
right?
over number 2 Miami.
Yeah.
I was there. Me and 4 other people on Black Friday 2017. Party hard.
A crowd of 5 people at a Pitt game.
Yeah.
I did love
was
the
there
pit
too.
ponchos because it was
Mhm.
raining, so everyone got to wear the pit ponchos.
Seriously
Good
though,
conscience.
full credit to the Panther Pit for showing up and showing out. I'm incredibly proud of all of you. Love you, student section.
Troy 19, Army 0. I just want to show you this video of a fumble.
Okay.
Can we all see that?
Yes.
Okay. This is a Troy fumble going to Army. Drops it.
Oh no!
He just falls on it. Because he knew that nothing good was going to come of him trying to
Oh,
scoop it
no.
and stumble forward. Do you know what? Just go down.
Know your
Just go
strengths.
down. Guys, I think September has come and gone, and Maryland is back to being Maryland.
Are you sure?
Illinois 27, Maryland 24.
Oh, never
Ouch.
mind. Yeah, we're
But-
sure.
Wake me up when
Maryland-
September ends.
Yeah, Maryland went and woke up Billy Joe Armstrong. We're sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was kind
UNL
of done.
what?
Oh, I just want to mention the Maryland tries to do the ridiculous Kevin James meme that I'm just done with personally
Mhm.
to distract the field goal kicker. But Illinois' kicker kicked the game-winning field goal into like Kevin James's face.
Yep.
For the win,
Dead center.
and dead center to his face, and it just made for a phenomenal. I don't want to see the meme anymore, but like just that video of just Kevin James just watching, like, hey, Maryland's losing.
I do want to go look for stock photos from old sitcoms now to see if I can find the next Kevin James. There's got to be like another
They're
stock photo
doing
somewhere.
the Cam character from Modern Family.
Okay.
They're doing that with, I think Eric Stonewall is his name, but they're trying that. But I don't know how it started. I'm kind of burnt out on it. But just the image of that happening, that it earned a little bit extra life.
UNLV 45, Nevada 27. Nevada UNLV keeps the Fremont Cannon, the heaviest trophy in college football, 545 pounds. and also one of the most expensive, I believe. And we were playing around with some ideas in the chat about what we could use for a heavier rivalry trophy. And people came up with like actual animals. And I feel like we shouldn't have actual animals as rivalry trophies. We have to
No.
replace them. But
Mm.
I feel like we come up with like a 1,000-pound rivalry trophy. The end of this game was great because the cannon was cordoned off by these little like movie theater, what do you call those? The ballards with the little like, you pull the little thing across and click it in.
Mhm.
And so right as the cock was calling down, some dude walks over and like opens the little like the little gate, and then all the UNLV players take the cannon. Pitt Girl, yes.
What if we taxidermied an elephant?
You gotta put like lead shot in it to get it heavy enough though. I feel like if you take out the guts, you lose some of the weight.
Yeah.
What if we do a Georgia version of like the Virginia Commonwealth Trophy, but they're just all playing for a Tahoe?
Okay. Okay, I like that.
We could like bronze the Tahoe,
Ooh.
The bronze Tahoe.
like an old pair of shoes.
I'm going to use that as a transition to a game that happened on one of the weeknights. This is the Wednesday night game, I believe. UTEP wins at FIU 27-14, but the best part about this was that it was Vice Night in Miami. Legitimately cool uniforms and everything else, but they had a Rolls Royce and a Lambo on the field.
Mm.
And
Ooh.
UTEP picks off an FIU pass, and all the UTEP players go over to the Lambo and start celebrating in front of the Lambo. And the security dude walks over and is just like, please do not touch the Lambo. It was great. In the chat, I dropped a picture of them all running over to the Lambo. It was great.
Miami FIU did the Miami Vice uniforms better.
Yeah, they were great.
They're so much better than the Miami versions of this, which looked like a laser tag thing. Like
FIU is not sponsored by Adidas, right?
I don't think so.
Are
I
they?
don't know. I don't keep track of these things.
Yeah, neither do I.
We could never find out. We're on the internet. We could never know this. This
why
is
would
unknowable
we know
information.
things?
I'm not
Unknowable
typing
information.
anything right
There's
now.
no
It's
way
late
to
now.
know.
Central Michigan 17, Akron 10. Most interesting thing was that the undercuffler did get to come in for relief duty.
Woo!
Yeah, he got him.
Got him
He
close.
came in like late third after Akron's starting QB threw a couple of interceptions. They were down 17-3. The undercuffler brought them to within 17-10, but it was just too late. Should have let the undercuffler cook for a little bit longer. You know, he was undercuffed.
Miami of Ohio 34, Western Michigan 21. Miami is now bowl eligible.
Yep,
Before the other Miami.
that's correct.
And this was also, I mean, wasn't Miami the last team to get bowl eligible in the MAC last year?
Yeah,
I
they
believe so.
won the they had the game against Ball State.
They got to the Bahamas Bowl
And
because of it. Yeah.
the Bahamas Bowl, and they were giving out like, you know, the fake Bahamas glasses and stuff after the game. It was great.
So like this is the team on that side of the MAC to watch this year. Like Miami is looking really good this year.
They got
I'm
a great
excited for
game
them.
coming up. We're gonna preview it next week.
NIU 23, Ohio 13.
Yeah.
This was another shit game, I believe.
Yeah, Ohio up 13-7 at halftime, and then they couldn't do shit in the second half. And NIU wins 23-13. NIU is confusing the fuck out of me this entire year, and I love it so much.
Oh yeah, they are truly the random number generator this year.
My God. They are the MAC whammy. They're like, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, stop. Oh, crap. NIU's
no.
on the schedule.
So for the kids that listen to this podcast, there used to be a game called Press Your Luck. I know
That's
Pitt
right.
Girl has known this, so I'm talking people younger than you, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Younger than you.
They
No
may
whammy,
have
no
had
whammy.
Game Show Network. Who knows?
That's right.
Mhm.
Man, I loved Game Show Network. I watched so much like reruns of like old shit all the time.
I have friends in college who every day that they did not have class, they would watch The Price is Right when it was on at like 10 a.m.
Oh yeah. I used to go back to my room and watch reruns of Saved by the Bell when it was on. It was great. JMU 41, Georgia Southern 13. I think JMU has decided that they are probably the best G5 team. Air
Yeah.
Force has a good argument towards this, but I feel like JMU has a better argument. JMU smoked Georgia Southern and made Davis Brin, our darling, his life a living hell. 3 sacks, 2 interceptions.
Ugh.
Just like was like not having a great day. Georgia Southern had the same number of yards as JMU, basically about 385, but three turnovers will do that to you.
Yeah, those interceptions were basically JMU only had to basically drive 10 yards.
Yeah,
so a little bit misleading.
Yeah, basically the two picks for Georgia Southern basically were in Georgia Southern's own end zone, like
essentially. Yeah,
they were there and just
it was like right there. Oh. They didn't have to go far. Yeah. I think that man took one back. I'm not 100% sure though.
I started my JMU. Again, JMU should be bowl eligible. They are not due to NCAA rules, but I have made a should be bowl eligible graphic for JMU. I'm going to spam that shit as a point. But the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl has said that the Dukes are, quote, officially bowl eligible. Yeah. I don't know what the Boca Raton Bowl knows that we don't. So who knows? Roofclaim.com, a reputable business, as we've covered in the past legit. Here.
It counts. Yeah. I retweeted. I was like, the Boca Bowl said that they're bowl eligible. It counts. They're going to a bowl.
What more do I need?
If the Boca Bowl says, come down and play in our bowl game, what can the NCAA do?
I mean, they could say that they're not no longer going to have that bowl, but what the fuck? What if you just keep saying, okay, I'm going to keep having a bowl game here? We've already talked about how the NCAA can't do shit most of the time.
Can they play a bowl game in like international waters?
The Monkey Knife Fight Bowl, yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna put it on an aircraft carrier. It's fine.
We're back to this again. Well,
there's your loophole. We're gonna do it for the troops. Mm-hmm. Does the NCAA hate the troops?
Wait till they don't give Air Force a New York 6 bid. We'll talk about how much they hate the troops.
Then they will in fact hate the troops. That's not the NCAA technically.
Oh, that is true. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Duke 24, NC State 3. Duke is still on their shit. Like it's still good. They didn't have Riley Leonard this game, or at least he went out.
No, he was still hurt.
Oh, he was still hurt. That's right. So Duke just decided to run the fucking ball.
Yeah.
NC State continued to be NC State.
Mm-hmm. Duke passed the ball 12 times. They completed 4 of them, and that's all they needed.
Yep. NC State is 4-3, heading to that 6-6 mark.
8-4, but
8-4.
7-5, maybe.
7-5, maybe. Who knows? Toledo snuck past Ball State.
Ooh, yeah.
This was going to be a mackin', if you will.
They almost got macked.
13-6 is such a weird score as well. Like that is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was 3-3 at halftime, but Toledo they almost got macked.
Some other games just want to talk about lightly. UTSA 41, UAB 20. That was a fun game. The Meeps feel like they're back. Feels good.
Meep.
UAB is 2-5. UTSA is 3-3. I think they're both just going to have sort of revert to mean years, but still. An absolute banger later in the evening was Wyoming Air Force. This game came down to it, and it was hold on, I gotta find my play chart on this one. Sorry, guys. I watched this one, and I didn't click over where I needed it.
I just want to, while you're doing that, I just want to say Georgia State beat Marshall 41.
Oh yes,
24. So yeah, that was a huge win. Georgia State is 5-1, one away from bowl eligibility. So shout out to them.
Oh, that's right. This one ended with this was a huge back and forth game at Air Force. With 6 minutes left in the fourth, Wyoming hits a TD to bring the game tie 27-27, and then has a blocked extra point. And it felt like, oh God, this thing's going to go on to OT. Like this is it. But then Air Force ends up marching back down the field and scoring, leaving this game 34-27. Air Force rushes the field in Colorado Springs, which is great. All the cadets come up, pour on the field. Air Force is now in the driver's seat of the Mountain West, but it feels like this might be a preview of the championship game because they no longer have divisions. So we might see Air Force Wyoming yet again, which would be a lot of fun. Oregon State 36, UCLA 24. This was UCLA's quarterback being a freshman. 3 interceptions, forcing it. DJ looked great for Oregon State. Yeah. Alabama sneaks past Arkansas. This game felt like it was going to be spicier than it was for a bit. This was in the earlier time slot. It ends up being 24-21. Arkansas is 2-5 at this point, which, yikes. And we had more Nick Saban just like wanting to yell things because they had so many penalties. Like,
the false start on the kneel down, which I've never seen that before.
Right, like that's insane.
How do you even do that?
Very carefully.
Yeah, if Nick Saban was Italian, there would have been a lot more hand gestures than the ones he was given. There would have been a lot more, but I kind of feel like he's Italian, but I don't know for sure. I don't know.
I do enjoy the idea of like like Mamma Mia, Nick Saban.
He's Croatian.
Okay.
His paternal grandfather, Stanko Saban. I love it.
Stanko?
Yeah, Stanko. Stanko Saban. Probably Stanko if I'm going to guess, but Stanko Saban sounds way more West Virginia.
Beth, we need a ruling.
We go to the West Virginia correspondent. How would you say Stanko?
That's pretty West Virginia. Yeah, I could see that.
Oh man, his paternal grandfather Stanko immigrated to Portland, Oregon. Imagine if Nick Saban had ended up growing up on that side of the country instead. That's a whole different.
Wow,
this is like weird.
This is like Man in the High Castle levels of alternate history here.
Holy cow!
Someone brings a reel of film to like Nick Saban, smoking a joint in Oregon, being like, "No, this is the actual history. You're supposed to be a football coach from West Virginia."
So like he's West Coast Nick Saban, right?
Mm-hmm.
West Coast Nick Saban. He started instead of Michigan State, he started at Washington State.
Oh, that's
right. Okay.
I would have loved that.
Then instead of going to LSU, he went to Arizona State, ASU.
Okay.
All right. Then he went to the NFL.
And he coaches the Chargers.
Then he coaches the Chargers, right?
Oh my God.
Then for the Chargers, where does he go?
SC.
USC.
Oh God.
Alternate history.
And then Pete Carroll is the head coach of fucking Alabama.
Oh my God.
Oh, I like alternate history. This is good.
There we go.
Florida State 41.
Pete Carroll just got a hell of a lot more grim.
Yeah. Florida State 41, Syracuse 3. Syracuse, you're doing fine. Just keep at it. Florida State, you're good. Utah 34, Cal 14. This game was close for a bit until Utah opened it up. Utah once again forgot how to score for a while, but then it was fine. Cal, they were looking so good earlier this year, and I think that was just because of who they played.
I was Auburn. It looked better.
Yeah, right? Well,
yeah,
sort of. Now that we know. And Purdue and Ohio State, I thought this was going to be unranked Purdue versus ranked Ohio State. Nah, man, 41-7. This thing just
ouch.
Yeah. The best part about this was they had during the first quarter, I believe, they had someone come out. This is from Twitter user @Marcus Hartman. Purdue had a student come out and make a 40-yard field goal during a timeout. Then the Boilermakers real kicker missed a 39-yarder.
Oh no.
Yeah, the kicker missed 3 field goals on the day.
It's like the anti-Rudy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Purdue had a really miserable day. And
the -1th man.
God, it was just
a bad day for Purdue.
It was a bad day. It was a bad day to be a Boilermaker.
No.
Okay, but random student, do you want to walk onto the football team?
After the third missed field goal, that was the vibe.
The Lord gives us Boilermakers and Boiler Breakers.
Mike Leach would have had the kid, in a jersey, basically immediately after that. What happened? Kicker, rest in peace, Mike Leach.
So let's talk about some FCS weirdness now. First off, on ESPN2, the late night game, Montana at a packed Kibbe Dome. This was fucking great. This was a banger of a game. Montana ends up winning it, but this was just perfect late night snacks. I hope that Big Sky matches up with ESPN2 and starts putting a game on the big ESPN2 every Saturday night late.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect. This is perfect.
Perfect. It was great. great atmosphere, fantastic game.
And they win
Idaho-
the Little Brown Stein.
That's right. I've already put in a request to Montana to weigh it. Also, I needed to know if we could fit any liquid in there. And then, how much liquid, and then could you weigh it with the liquid? So I've put the request out. I don't know if Montana has seen the request, but I've put it on their Instagram.
But different liquids have different weights.
Again, we'll get to that bridge when we cross it.
We
I
do
need
need
to
to
know
know, like, historically,
if-
what are the liquids that one puts in this?
I mean, typically it's a Stein, you would think it'd be beer, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we can go with that, but who knows? I need to get past the first few questions before we can discuss what liquid we need to put in here.
Idaho State 42, Eastern Washington 41 at Holt
Yes.
Arena. This Idaho State was down 41-14
Yes. Mid third quarter.
and came
Wow.
raging the fuck back.
Whoa.
Insane. Honestly insane.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
So it's 41-14 at the 46-second mark in the third quarter. Idaho State gets a touchdown, 41-21. 10-minute mark, Idaho State gets another touchdown. It's 41-28. At the 3-minute and 28-second mark, Idaho State gets another touchdown. Now it's 41-35. At the 52-second mark, touchdown, Idaho State, they lead 42-41.
That's
50,
Like, I
50
could not-
seconds left, though.
could not believe it.
50 seconds left. So Eastern Washington drives down.
Yeah.
And they go to set up for a field goal, like a 38 or 39 yarder,
Mhm.
and they push it wide right.
Oh my God.
Oh.
So Idaho State holds on to the crazy comeback. Idaho State now just incredible. I mean, the past 2 years, Idaho State has only won one game.
Yes.
And so they already have two this year, one with myself in attendance. I did want to shout out that the field goal that they tried to make the game winner in that's the upright that I kicked my extra point in.
There you
So-
go. It was a
Hell
blessed
yeah.
field goal.
It was a blessed extra point. I've blessed that goalpost for the Idaho State Bengals. So congrats up there in Pocatello. I'm sure you guys were going crazy.
Our NEC check-in on honest to God CBS Sports Network on Thursday night. We had Wagner at St. Francis, PA.
Hell yeah.
I was so excited to see them on CBS SN with the music
yes.
Mhm.
going into where in PA is that again, guys?
Loretto.
Loretto.
Right,
Loretto.
and like so zooming on this tiny field. Yeah, oh, it was so good. I was ready to run through a fucking wall for that. It was amazing. St. Francis, PA wins that one 31-7 over Wagner.
That's right.
Got Duquesne 44, Coastal Carolina, Central Connecticut 20, Yale 31, Sacred Heart 3, and our Sharks versus Bears game, Maine versus Long Island University. Maine wins 24-13 over the Sharks.
Okay. So now we know.
That's right.
Yeah.
I want to shout out to Frankie the Friar. On Thursday night, he held up a sign that said Seahawks aren't real.
Ooh,
So just for they were playing Wagner, the Seahawks. So
It's
Frankie
true.
the Friar. Also, shout out
Those
to CFB campus tour who was at that game too.
before he went
then
to
Then he went to Utah,
yeah, and then
and
back
then he
to
went
Providence.
back to like Rhode Island. What the hell, man? What kind of travel was this?
I get tired when I have to drive like 3
Yes.
hours to a game.
Dude, he's got a travel portal, and he will not let us know about this. We need his skills because
His
he
portal,
went
yeah.
from PA to Utah back to Rhode Island in 3
can't.
days.
I can't even.
Insane.
The Fordham Ramley ended up winning the game against Stony Brook 26-7. However, this game was like 6-7 for a long ass time
Long time.
with Stony Brook ahead. Stony Brook is not great, by the way. They're 0-6 at this point. But
Yep.
this game was stuck in first gear for so fucking long.
That's right. But Ramley gutted it out.
How did I not know that Bobby Petrino's son-in-law was the head coach at Missouri State? He handed the keys to his son-in-law?
Yes.
Nepotism is
mentioned
live
it on
and
the
well,
last
baby.
podcast. but you know,
Oh, sorry, I wasn't here. I was dealing with things.
I know.
I was dealing.
But I wrote about it earlier this year too. So
I don't read what you write. You
you
know
don't read
that.
what I write. Thank you.
I can't
You
read.
want to tell you want to tell people to subscribe to the Substack. You're like, I don't read what you
I
write.
can't read.
I can't read.
You can't stop me. I can't. This sign can't stop me. I can't read.
The best endorsement ever. The podcast host is like, I don't read what you write. Thank you. I appreciate
I
it.
do.
Good for you, but Jordan ain't reading all that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, but good for you. But I'm not reading all that.
Bobby Petrino's son-in-law is currently 1-4, 0-2 in the Missouri Valley.
He's 2-4 now.
Okay,
But yeah, they beat up on Western Illinois 48-7. Our beloved Indiana State Sycamores went out to a 7-0 lead on the Redbirds at Illinois State. It finished 44-7 and they lost.
oh god.
So
Poor
you're telling me
Sycamores.
the Sycamores also didn't do shit?
Yeah.
No, they did not. They did not do shit. Western Illinois and Indiana State are on a collision course for winless versus winless on, I believe, November 11th. So I am keeping track of that one because something has to give if they're both still winless here. And I am that is circled on the calendar for me personally. I somebody's got to get a win. It's at Indiana State and
Sycamores with the home field advantage. Got it.
home field advantage. That's right.
Rhode Island and Richmond was a really good game. Richmond 24, Rhode Island 17. I had this on my phone, I think.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an upset for the
Yeah,
Spiders.
this was ranked Rhode Island too, I believe. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The real upset though was this one. I'm just going to read this score to y'all. If you don't know what happened here, or just get some facial reactions here. North Dakota 49, North Dakota State 24. Yeah. Let's talk about this. North Dakota just sat on them.
Good for them.
This is not like a, oh my God, the North Dakota State dynasty is dead yet. Like, I'm not there yet. But this is, yeah, this has some like peak capitalism vibes here.
Yeah, we might be like slightly on the other side of the mountain. Like we've crested and we're not quite going down the hill yet, but we're on the other side of the peak of the hill.
That's okay. Western, North Dakota State is they'll get back on track next week.
Did they play Western Illinois?
Yep.
Oh, there you go. Got their get right game.
Yep.
This leathernecks.
Like
Jesus.
this whole thing. I mean, I think the thing that shocks me is that like North Dakota State still had more yards, and they just couldn't do anything with it. It was, yeah, like they were just getting bullied, and to watch North Dakota State get bullied is weird. I mean, I saw it last year at the FCS championship game, but it wasn't like this. This felt very different. The last time they lost two FCS games in the regular season, not counting the weird 2021 COVID spring season, was in 2015. And they won the national title that year. So I don't know.
Yeah.
So now they have lost to North Dakota. They've lost to South Dakota. I got to find out when the last time they lost to all three in the same season. It's probably never actually, because they weren't all in the same conference for a long time. So I'm going to go find that out because yikes. Fucking yikes. I do want to talk about the Anchor Bone Classic.
Oh, yeah.
It's Ferris State and Grand Valley State, the D2. Grand Valley State stuns number 1 Ferris State. This also happened last year, funnily enough, when Ferris State won the national title but lost the Anchor Bone game.
They got their revenge in the playoffs, so.
They did. Grand Valley State won this game 49 to 28 over Ferris State. And this was just like, yeah, this was a huge beatdown. Did our Gorillas win? I haven't checked the Pitt State score.
Yeah, in the minor game, which we still haven't figured out why it's called the minor game. They won 31-21.
Am I in ER? Am I in
Yes.
OR?
Yeah, it's a minor hat. There's like a hat that they play for, like, with the big spotlight on the front of the hat.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything on Wikipedia, and I haven't like really dug too hard. But yeah, Pitt State 130-121.
Apes stronger together.
Yes.
Go
bro.
Gorillas.
Yeah.
What do they call the VMI Citadel game? Is it like the oldest whatever or something in the South? What is it?
Something about the military in the South.
The military
Yeah.
classic of the South. There you go.
Yes.
VMI wins this one 17-13. VMI's having a sneaky
Whoa.
good year. Like they're 3-3. Citadel is 0-7. Yikes.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Yeah. Does Citadel still run the triple?
I can't remember.
Your guess is as good as
Let me
mine.
see the stats of this game, and I'll tell you real fast. Basically, yeah. Citadel rushed for 319 yards versus 152 passing. Yeah, they're at least running a lot of the triple. Yeah, rushed 66 times. Yeah, we'll call it that. The Citadel. No, I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong year. My bad. Hey, Arthur, scratch all that, please.
Leave that in.
Don't do that. Don't shame me.
I mean, you shame me enough. It's fine.